Dacia has recently released an all-new rugged estate car called the Striker for the very tempting price of £22,000. However, are you better off going new or used with something a bit more premium like a Ford Focus Active X Estate? For the same £22,000, you could land yourself in a 1-year-old example with only 4,000 miles on the clock. Let's find out. Although the Striker looks like quite a large car from the outside, at 4.62 metres long, it is actually the longest Dacia ever. It's still around 70mm shorter than the comparatively smaller looking Focus. Its deceptively small dimensions can be attributed to the rather sharp exterior lines and creases. I particularly like the L-shaped headlights, contoured bonnet and slightly sloping roofline. The black wheel arch cladding, 19-inch alloy wheels and raised driving position all help the Striker look a little bit more utilitarian and rugged too. Despite also featuring wheel arch cladding, the Focus looks very much like a traditional estate car. I do like some of the design details such as twin exhausts, pieces of chrome trim and LED headlights, but the general design has been around for a while now and the Striker definitely looks like the fresh kid on the block. A win for the Dacia in this category then. Under the skin, the new Striker actually uses the same platform as the Bigster SUV. The full details on the powertrains haven't been fully confirmed, but Dacia says there will be a hybrid 4x4 and an LNG option. The latter won't be available in the UK though. Using what we know about existing powertrains, the entry-level option will likely be a 1.2 litre 3-cylinder with mild hybrid assistance and a 6-speed manual with 138 horsepower. In the Bigster, this configuration posts a 9.8 seconds 0 to 60 time and 50 mpg, but expect the sleeker Striker to improve on both these numbers. The mild hybrids are fairly hushed, but rivals do offer more refined engines. The full hybrid combines a 1.8 litre petrol and a 48 horsepower electric motor for a combined 153 horsepower. The 0 to 60 takes 9.1 seconds in the Bigster with this powertrain, and it can run on electric power for 80% of the time in town. In the Bigster, reviewers have said that this system is more responsive and smoother than both rivals. As for the Focus, the 1 litre EcoBoost mild hybrid produces 153 horsepower and does 0 to 60 in 8.6 seconds. The stated MPG is 53 mpg. The engine can only come as an automatic, but the lower powered Focus can be opted with a manual. Although the EcoBoost engine still features a wet belt, reliability has been significantly improved upon the earlier EcoBoost engines. The Focus ranked 9th out of 25 other family cars in the What Car Reliability Survey. Overall, I'll give the Focus and the Striker a draw when it comes to engines. The Dacia Bigster has a well-cushioned ride without feeling too floaty. It also handles competently on a country road as well. The Striker, given its lower driving position, should feel even better in this regard. The main drawback with the Bigster though is its steering, which is rather numb. The Focus on the other hand excels when it comes to driver connection. It has quick steering that becomes nice and light when you're around town as well. And despite having a taller ride height in the Active X, the car stays flat and blends. Overall, it's a very entertaining car to drive, and that doesn't necessarily come at the cost of a firm ride. The Focus takes the win when it comes to driving then. The interior of the Striker is yet to be confirmed yet, but you can almost guarantee a very similar offering to what you get in the Bigster. In the Bigster, the interior is obviously built to a budget, with hard scratchy plastics all over the place. The armrests and other parts of the interior are a little squidgier though. The infotainment system is pretty high resolution, but it's a shame that the responsiveness is rather poor. On the plus side though, there's a handy bank of physical controls. The interior of the Focus isn't much more premium feeling though. Although you do get a leather wrapped steering wheel and gear knob, and the general build quality is pretty decent, the number of cheap feeling plastics aren't acceptable when this car was competing against the likes of the Mazda 3 and the Skoda Octavia, which do feel a lot nicer on the inside. The infotainment system is enormous. It's a 13.2 inch screen and it's much crisper and more responsive than what you find in a Dacia. It's a shame though that the car doesn't have any physical controls. Overall, it's a draw when it comes to the interiors of both these cars. So, what's my final verdict? Well, the Striker is a better looking car and arguably has a better selection of powertrains, while buying new is obviously a significant benefit. On the other hand, the Focus is much better to drive and has a better infotainment system. What it ultimately boils down to though, in my perspective, is the practicality. Although there isn't any information out there about the current boot space and rear seat space of the Dacia, using the Bigster as a current benchmark, the new Striker is set to be a lot more accommodating than the Focus, which has a rather small boot by class standards. There we have it. I think the upcoming Striker wins this test. More details on the Striker are coming out in June, and deliveries are expected in late 2026.